Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, today I want to talk to you about something and it will resonate with you if you dealt, for example, with a narcissist or if you have gone through experiences where people were mean towards you. So, the phrase is violence starts with dehumanization. I repeat, violence starts with dehumanization. So, I already talked about it when we were talking about the group dynamics, and that some people, when you are out of their group, you are not part, and then it's like if they are acting without any empathy, right? Because you are not part of them. We can see it at many, many levels, but I want to bring it back to dealing with a narcissist, right? So, in the beginning of the relationship, the narcissist is love bombing you, and the intention there, what they are doing in the love bombing, it is mirroring you, right? So, they are creating this kind of feeling of we are the same, we are operating from the same place, right? And so, it is about humanization. This is what they are trying to do, right? They mirror you, they are not being themselves, but what you feel, it is that you are dealing with someone who is like you. And then we know that they switch, you stay with those images in your head and the feelings that occurred when you finally felt, seen, understood all of this. And so you are lost between those two realities of the person that they become and the feelings that they awakened in you when you felt truly seen, right? So here's the thing. So when you are in this relationship with a narcissist, there are many levels why it is so difficult to step out of the relationship, right? It's very, very confusing because you felt finally seen, understood, all those things. But here's the thing, it is that you, because you are empathetic and you are watching them like somehow a mirror of you, which creates a lot of humanization, then you don't want to attack them, right? Because they are part of you, they mirror you, they are of your tribe. While they, in fact, as we know, they only see themselves. You are not human in the terms of a narcissist, because a narcissist, I don't know if you know the Greek mythology about Narcissus, they were unable to love anyone, and so God has decided to punish them by making them fall in love with themselves. So they were looking at the water and they fell in love with their own image, not knowing that it was themselves. And every time that they were trying to touch this face that they were so in love with in the water, of course the image dissolves. When you touch water, you know what's happening, right? And this was their punishment, in fact. But here's the thing. With the narcissist, when you are giving them the image of the reflection that they appreciate, then you are human. The second that you somehow question anything, you become unhuman. They dehumanize you because you are not offering them the image that they want. And so this is why they become extremely violent, in fact, because it all stems from the place that, in fact, they see the whole world as they dehumanize the whole world. Why? Because they are dehumanizing themselves, in fact, right? They are never being truly themselves. They live behind a mask. But this is also the reason why it is so easy for them. You have empathy for them. They have no empathy for you. Whatever empathy that you have for them, in their mind, it is based on this mirroring image that they gave you that is not them. So they might even they crave the admiration, but they will never feel fulfilled by the admiration because they know, in fact, that this is not them, right? So this is what I wanted to share with you, just a little bit more information about this subject. We will get into a reading now. So before we start, just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it's a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, it might not be for you. So please take what resonates, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I am not especially talking about the gender, but I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating. So apply it however it applies to the roles in your life. And this can be past, present, or future. So let's see, what are we talking about today? Adaptability. I will take the first one, escape. Okay. Cards are jumping today. Ostentation. Quarrel. Principle. Wow, we have cards that came out last time that I used this deck. Caution. Seduction, but it came in reverse, so I will leave it in reverse. Even though all those cards here are in the upright, but if a card jumps in reverse, I'll take it in reverse. Extremism, related to what we talked about just now, and loss in reverse. Okay, so we are here. I kind of feel that we might be talking about what I was talking about, which is very often happening, to be honest. You might have been very adaptable in a connection, and you might have felt the need to escape this connection. In the second place, we have the escape here. A lot of fighting happening here. A lot of Mars energy. We have a lot of Mars energy here. Yeah. With this escape, the card is related to Mars and it is related to Pisces. The Pisces have is observing life. They have a very rich imagination, which might be positive or negative. Positive because it might be a proof of intelligence, but it might also go into the karmic side, which is being delusional, right? So I kind of feel here that you might have been very adaptable in a relationship where you might not, where you shouldn't have, you know, adaptability at the end of the day, it's a higher form of intelligence. But we also need to know when, where, you know, it's all about balance in life, because your best qualities might also be your worst enemy at the end of the day, if you don't adapt yourself to what is happening truly. So we have the quarrel here, we have principle. I kind of feel here, with this principle in the second position, that you might be, you might have a high level of morality, integrity, rules that you obey from, and you don't want to get away from that. For example, right? I already talked about that. Let's say that in your past, somebody was very, very unfair towards you. So for you, it is very, very important, fairness. This is something that is driving you. This is a principle in your life. Never to be unfair, never to misjudge someone, because it is attached to one of your own wounds of the past, something that you experience, and you are not operating from the place of hurt people. No, you are operating from the place that you know the hurt, so you don't want somebody else to go towards this hurt. But I kind of feel that this is what have maybe kept you stuck in a situation because you wanted so much to follow your principle. But as said, you have to consider who you are dealing with, right? Because, you know, let's say that you are the most honest person. When you are dealing with somebody where you are not safe, being honest, transparent, all of this might be dangerous. It doesn't mean that you need to lie, but it just means that if you cannot be honest, you better step back. This is my rule in life, right? If I feel the need to act in ways that I don't align with, this is telling me something important. Either I have to heal or I have to distance myself of the relationship, right? Yeah, I kind of feel here that this was the main challenge for you here. You didn't want to be unfair, you didn't want to go against your principle, but with this caution here, I kind of feel that at the end of the day, you had to very seriously think about it, because you might not have felt safe at all. With the seduction here in the seventh position in reverse, I see two things. I see the fact that you might have prioritized somebody else over you, or you might have started to dislike yourself. But I kind of feel here that it is because you have been gaslit a lot. With this escape here, I feel a lot of gaslighting, a lot of gaslighting. You were dealing here with somebody that was all in the black and white, in the extremes. We might be with the love bombing and then the rejection, the hot and cold. And at the end of the day, I kind of feel here that ending this connection, taking distance of this connection, it is not a loss. It is exactly what you are meant to do. It is exactly what you are supposed to do, because it is very, very unsafe. It's a very unsafe connection. Let me see here. What else we have? I kind of also feel, you know, that this person might have tried to... they might have said things like, oh, be more open-minded, you should try new things in your life. They were kind of trying to make you feel guilty about your own principles and try to maybe push you to do things that you didn't want to do. Make you feel guilty because, you know, it's like someone who is taking DRUGS and they want you to take it too because it's more comfortable for them. And so if you don't want to try it, they will say, yeah, you are rigid, you are not open-minded. How do you know that you don't like it if you don't even try it? You understand? This kind of, you know, yeah, trying to bring you into something that's, yeah, that you don't like. You truly needed to... I kind of feel that the challenge here for you was truly to give space to your own morality, your own principles, what you want to do, what you don't want to do. This might have been one of the big challenges because I kind of feel that this person wanted to bring you into some kind of like in their shadow behaviors, and they were making you guilty when you didn't agree with their behaviors, right? They made you feel um, like you were the problem. Like you were the problem here. Yeah, we have this extremist here, you know? Like, you need to think like me. You need to think like me. And if you don't, then you are the problem. Yeah, I feel a lot of gaslighting here. A lot of you adapting yourself to somebody else while it is taking you against your individuality. I don't like to see this quarrel in the fourth position. I truly feel here that this person was trying to put you in a battle against yourself. I kind of feel that this is the main dynamic of this relationship. Like at the end of the day, you were always torn between making them happy and respecting yourself. And there was no common ground there, because if you were respecting yourself, then they were fighting with you. Yeah. This is what I feel here. They were making you dislike yourself at the end of the day. Yeah, okay, so let's get into a reading. Let's get a little bit more information about that. Why are we getting all of this? So we have adaptability, we have escape, we have ostentation, we have quarrel, principle, caution, seduction in reverse, extremism, and loss in reverse. I understood that you like the astrological sign. I don't think that it is a good idea, but I will tell you, you know, I have nothing against telling you. The sign that comes up the most here, it is Pisces. We have 3 times Pisces here. We have Scorpio, we have Gemini, we have Taurus, we have Cancer, we have Sagittarius, and we have Virgo. So you have the signs, right? You do with them whatever you want. So let's see. Let's see. What else should we know here about this connection? Chariot, Judgment in reverse. Can you see all the cards? Wait, I have to get up. Yeah, you absolutely can see all the cards. Yeah, I kind of feel here that it was very difficult for you to move on from this relationship, this connection. And I kind of feel that the reason why it was because this person was this person destroyed your inner peace. As I said, I feel a lot of gaslighting here, right? And the problem with gaslighting, it is that you totally doubt yourself, you doubt your reality. You might have been truly torn between 2 very, very different realities. You know, very often if you are dealing, for example, with the narcissist, they make you think that you are the narcissist. And somehow, because you are reacting out of reactive abuse, which was totally intentional. The narcissist wanted you to act in ways that make you feel that you are not okay, right? This is intentional. It is part of the manipulation. But I kind of feel that this might have been the issue for you. You know, you might be dealing with truly somebody adding, no, not adding, why adding? Acting in the most evil ways, but you are still doubting if in fact they are not the angel and you are the issue, right? I kind of feel here with this judgment in reverse that this is a little bit what is going on here. And as said, I truly feel that it is because of all this gaslighting. We are talking here about a person that's, I kind of feel that it's truly a manipulator. So it's somebody that will say whatever they need to say in order to get what they want. Yeah. Yeah, the chariots. This person, the way that they were controlling you, it was truly by making you doubt your own judgments. This is what it is. And because you are somebody very adaptable, might be someone who is into self-reflection, so you get stuck and lost in their narrative. I kind of feel that you might truly have been at war with yourself in this connection. Tell me more here, please. Knight of Cups in reverse. The Fool in reverse. This person, you cannot trust their words. They are very charming, but you cannot listen to their words. There is nothing about their words that are true. It is all manipulation. We are talking here about somebody who has a lot of imagination. They are very moody. They are, on one side, oversensitive, and at the other side, they are numb. They totally lack empathy. They are not realistic, right? This is a player. This is a F-boy. It can be a feminine, right? But you understand the idea. It is truly somebody who... The Knight of Cups, it is someone very attractive. It's a charmer, which might be in the good sense, but here they are using it in karmic ways. So it's absolutely terrible. You were dealing here with someone who was totally reckless. Totally reckless. They didn't care about the hurt that they created. They didn't care about the consequences. They would do whatever they need to do. Hot-headed, very impulsive. They had no problem for you to jump out of the cliff. This is what they wanted, in fact, right? They wanted you. It's a person that has no problem that you destroy your life, because their own priority, it is themselves. Yeah. Tell me more here, please. Queen of Cups. Yeah. Exactly. You are kind, loving, empathetic, understanding, and so you are carrying other people's burdens. This is a lesson. Like, we wish we shouldn't have to learn those lessons, but at the end of the day, they are important because it is about learning to respect your heart space, respect your needs, not take on what other people want, not get lost in being more humane to others while it is hurting you. Yeah, very burdened here. You were taking truly here burdens that were not yours. And I kind of feel that this person, this is exactly what they wanted. I kind of feel that they were even testing you. How much will they be able to put on you? And I kind of feel because you are very adaptable, because you are full of love, full of understanding, maybe you wanted this person to heal, maybe you saw some kind of potential in them that they didn't seem to see and that you wanted them to see, you took on yourself things that you should have never, because it was going against your own self. Yeah, I can move a little bit more. This is what I wanted to check. Yeah. It's a person, you were dealing with a person that were expecting from you to go against yourself for them, while they wouldn't do anything to adapt themselves to you. Yeah, I kind of feel here that it was totally related to maybe an inner child wound, maybe something that you learned at home, some kind of role that you embraced at home. Maybe at home you needed to find some kind of understanding, some kind of explanation regarding your parents, for example, because your parent is supposed to love you, but they were acting in very unloving ways. And so you were trying to find some kind of justification, but coming from the lens that they love you, when in fact they might have been narcissistic, and so they only love themselves, right? But this has confused you totally about love, about what you should tolerate and what you shouldn't tolerate, because you didn't defend yourself here. You didn't defend yourself. There was too much adaptability here. I kind of feel that at the end of the day, if you got out of this connection now, there might be a lot of resentment. A lot of resentment. Because you feel that you have been manipulated, you have been abused, and I'm not saying it's not the case, right? I'm not saying it's not the case. What I'm saying it is that very often when we feel resentment, it is because we are putting our own intuition to the side, or we are doing things for other people without taking in consideration ourselves and our own needs. And I kind of feel that this is truly everything that happened in this connection here. You didn't defend yourself. They wanted to win at all costs, and you let them win. You let them win because you are not in this mentality. You come from a place of wanting a stable connection. You might think that you might have heard a lot, or because of what you experienced being younger, you think that you have to make concessions in a relationship, right? Maybe this is what you saw with your parents. This is the example they gave you. But yeah, you have to be adaptable, you have to make concessions, but not if you are dealing with someone where there are double standards, not when you are dealing with someone who has no empathy for you. No, then you don't. Then you don't. And I kind of think that very often like, when you are doing concessions, because it truly comes from a place of wanting to do that, because you want the other person to be happy, and it doesn't come from a place, the height of energy is different here. Here, I kind of feel that maybe if you think back, if you were in this relationship and you are not anymore, maybe you can identify with the fact, maybe you didn't think about it before, but maybe now you can identify with the fact that you did a lot of things because you were afraid. You might have been afraid of losing them. It's interesting that I said losing you, but you were afraid of losing them. You might have been afraid of getting into a fight and not wanting to get into a fight. You might have been afraid of not being okay, and this is why, you understand, there is some kind of element of fear here. This truly tells me that there is here something about you defending yourself and listening to yourself, your own needs that you didn't do, and it is related to a childhood wounds, to something that you learned in childhood, maybe because of the example that you saw with your parents, maybe because of the role that you needed to endorse in your family. This is a good clue, you know, if you want to heal, to look there. Why are you not defending yourself? Why are you prioritizing other people? Why is it so important for you to be adaptable, even not considering how the price of this adaptability, right? Tell me more here, please. Yeah, you didn't want to fight. You didn't want to fight. But at the end of the day, you broke your own heart. This is what you did. Yeah, you might be afraid of confrontation. With such a person, I understand, right? Because it's the kind of person that you cannot have a healthy relationship with, a happy conversation with them. It's impossible. They need to win, so, you know, it's not about finding a common ground. It is not about adaptability. So at the end of the day, you know, it's the kind of person that the conversation is a power game. This is what it is. They have to win. That's all. Yeah. Tell me more here, please. Nine of Swords in reverse and King of Pentacles in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody for who the most important part, it is their status, their ego, the way that it looks from the outside. It is somebody who is corrupted. In this case, we may talk about emotional corruption. They are not honest. They want to win. They are not coming from their heart space, they are coming from their ego. And I feel here with this Nine of Swords that they wouldn't tolerate any kind of questioning themselves. This was not in their agenda. It was not in their agenda. So whenever you might have want to bring up some kind of subject that you need to discuss, there was no place for that. They were cutting you. They were cutting you. And then you might have come back to the conversation later on because you didn't get anywhere, and then they will blame you that why are you coming back to this conversation? We already had this discussion. No, you didn't have this discussion. They cut you, but it makes you feel like you are heavy, you know? Because they would avoid at all costs to have to think for a moment about the fact that they need to be a little bit more adaptable, that maybe they are a problem. We also have the escape here. We might be talking about someone who is avoidant. This truly tells me here, avoidance. Avoidance. You need to make me look good. This is the only thing that matters. If you don't, if you stress me out, you are out. There is no relationship here. There is someone who is in a relationship with themselves, and either it's comfortable for them, your presence, and if it's not, it's goodbye. Tell me more here, please. This is where I say that your adaptability, it is a beautiful quality. Most of your most beautiful qualities, we have to learn how, when, and when not. This is essential. It's the same with empathy. When your empathy is towards everyone, you are the person that is the easiest to manipulate. You will drain yourself all the time. This is what it is. Four of Pentacles, yeah, you might have had a very hard time to let go. Very hard time to let go, and I kind of feel that it is because even though you were this person was betraying you over and over and over again, you didn't consider what they were doing as betrayal. Because they were confusing you, turning the mirror towards you. You were the problem, right? Darvo, once again. If you don't know what it is, please check Darvo. This is what those people are doing. When you come up and tell them that something is not okay, you are the bad guy, they are the victim. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel that this was truly the problem. This person truly made you feel that you are the oppressor. You are the problematic one. When all you did was trying to adapt yourself to this person as best as you could. But this is the reason why they continue. They were testing you since the beginning. Those kind of people, they are testing you. They are testing if you are self-reflecting. They are testing how you react to their abuse. It doesn't immediately come with abuse, right? Otherwise, you would leave. They are testing the limits all the time. And when they see that you are compliant, you are adapting yourself, you are trying to understand, you avoid confrontation, then they know that they can do of you whatever they want. They are expecting you to totally lose yourself. We are starting with adaptability and we are ending with loss. Your adaptability made you lose sense of yourself. They needed you to dislike yourself. Seduction in reverse. Strength in reverse. Strength in reverse. Losing control of yourself. You were in reactive abuse here in this connection. Yeah, they needed to control you. This is what they needed. This is what they wanted. They wanted you to totally deny yourself, totally doubt of your reality. Six of Pentacles, yeah. You were extremely generous here to this person. You were generous and they were making you think that they were generous towards you. No. Let's see, tell me more here. Yeah, I kind of feel that at the end of the day, you started to see that they were lying maybe, or they were cheating. I don't know how much you could see the manipulation. But we have the Seven of Swords here in reverse. So it means that at the end of the day, they couldn't get away with it anymore. This is someone who's trying to get away with everything. Lying, cheating, stealing, manipulating, backstabbing, all of it. Very selfish. Exposed. Exposed. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you had a hard time to make a decision here, and I truly feel that the reason why it was so difficult for you to make a decision, it is because you were so confused. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you took the decision or not, but once those questions are coming in, it's just a question of time, right? It's a question of time. And I feel the need to say here, if you ever blame yourself for the time that you spent in a connection, please don't. Please don't. Because, you know, when you are at this place where you are blaming yourself for staying so long in a connection, you are not in the same mental or emotional state anymore. So, it's easy. It's like those people who are saying, how could you stay so long in the connection? Yeah, but they are coming from a emotional and mental state that they can see things, or that they are not triggered because they are not into it, right? So always consider that when you are looking back at the situation, you have to consider that you are not in the same mental or emotional state that you were when you were entrapped in this connection. So please be tolerant with yourself. Tell me more here, please. Okay, this one wanted to fall, and this came up. Tower, total destruction. Listen, here we have the Tower followed by the Four of Wands in reverse. This person has taken away your foundation, they have taken away your ground. This makes me also think, about the trauma bond, and, when they are tearing. After you feel secure, they are waiting for you to feel secure, to feel love, to be in a high, to be happy, to tear the rug under your feet, right? To suddenly make you fall. This is the trauma bond here. Yeah, I kind of feel, the thing after those connections, you truly feel that you have to rebuild yourself from scratch, because those people are truly about destroying you totally. This is what it is. They took away your happiness, your foundation, your inner foundation. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go for closure here. Closure, please. Yeah, I kind of... This is telling me two things. Either you took distance from this person, right? Or you didn't, and this might be a suggestion that if you are dealing with that, maybe you know that you need to take distance of this person. The reason being, it is because you spend your time in your mind questioning yourself, what is wrong, what can I do different. Like, you are totally closed off. This person might have totally isolated you. The Four of Cups. Closed off, not being able to make sense of anything. I feel a lot of isolation here. I truly feel that this person has created a lot of isolation in your life. You might have lost a lot of friends, you might have lost family. They might have taken you away, It might be the kind of person that if you are in a relationship with them, then if you have friends, let's say, they don't like your friends, they will make up stories for you to feel unsafe with your friends. Maybe also it very often it happens that friends might be very well intentioned and tell you, listen, I think that this person is toxic, and because you were under the love bombing and confused yourself, also you might have taken distance, right, to try to protect this relationship. I kind of feel here a lot of isolation. A lot of isolation. This is also what they are doing, right? They want you isolated. Yeah, it's truly a person here that want to keep you stuck. They want to be totally in charge of you. They want you to be trauma bonded. With the Hierophant here, I take it as a contract, The Hierophant might represent a wedding, for example. This is the scary part with those kind of people. It is that they don't show their true face in the beginning. They are waiting for you to be stuck. So very often you can be in a relationship with them for years, and they are only showing their best side. once you are, there is some kind of thing that truly bonds you together, which might be a wedding, for example, or it might be a child, or it might be that you bought a house together, or that you are totally isolated. Very often they are also doing financial abuse. In the pink period, they will tell you, no, you don't have to work, you know, I can take charge of the money, you don't need to work. And you think, oh, yes, why not? But at the end of the day, you don't have a bank account. If anyone ever proposed to you something like that, right, and you want to take it, please refuse it if they are not opening you your private account and they are not putting money in your account. Trust that many people are doing that in order to keep you stuck, for you not to be able to move on. So you need absolutely to have your own bank account, even if it's them. If they tell you, listen, you don't need to work, I make enough money, tell them, I want for the healthiness of our relationship, I need to feel that I have money on me. So if you want me to take care of the house and you are bringing the money, I want to have a salary. If they refuse, please don't do it. Don't do it, the devil. They want you stuck. They want you caged. Can you see here the cage? This is what they want, right? They want to be in total control and isolate you. This is the idea, right? To keep you stuck in your mind. Yeah, that you cannot escape. Right? So I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, maybe that it was insightful, maybe that it was healing. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.